Mellow greetings and welcome back to Mimas, with me 54 Bear, the Complete Idiot, in this continuing debacle known as the Complete Idiot's Guide to Stationeers. So, self-sufficiency, we are almost there. This is my cheating supply of fuel, and you see I've removed the mixer tank, so I'm not actually creating any more. Can always go back to it if needs be. And I've got this new orange pipe here that's not quite joined in because I was mixing some fuel using oxygen salvaged from the greenhouse and hydrogen salvaged from the composter. And yeah, the temperature was not equalized. I forgot to do that. So my mixture is a little bit off. Not by much, but enough to make me want to change the situation. So I put on a small heat exchanger, connected the two pipe networks to it, and it is gradually getting the temperature closer together. Once it's a little closer, I'll turn the valve back on. The mixture will be a little off, so what I'll probably do is, let's see, what am I? I'm a little oxygen rich at the moment, or fuel lean, I guess. So I might do a temporary thing with the fuel pipe and just pump some fuel directly in there, to get the mixture nicely at the perfect blend. Still not playing with the nitrous oxide because, yes, boom. From what I can tell, the only way of dealing with nitrous oxide fuel is, when you pre-mix the fuel, you have to keep it at less than, 1 megapascal. So that either means a very big tank with nothing in it, or small tank and mix it as you go type of arrangement. Not quite certain how I'm going to deal with it. Many things need to go right for it not to explode, and so far I've not been very successful, or I've been amazingly successful if your measure of success is large explosions, or even small explosions when they're not needed. All right, so 20% fuel, electricity, we're okay. I did have a go at changing mix script, because one thing I noticed is it's 20 seconds between processing this one. Like, we sit and wait, it's grabbed one, it then goes off and does every single other one before it gets back here. It takes takes about 25 seconds all in all for it to get back here, and it harvests another one, then goes off. And of course, switchgrass, there are 15 when it gets ready. So what I had done is I'd put a little loop into the code, which, as far as I could tell, should work, but every now and again it stopped working. So what I did is I added this harvest label here, and then I copied this thing here where it's looking at the tray for whatever Harvey we're looking at right now, looking at slot 0, looking to see if it's mature. That's, as far as I know, that's a 0 or a 1. And make it a little bit easier to read. So I was just copying that, and then if it was greater than 0, it would go back and it would harvest. So let's see how that works. Let me try it again. Export that. Yank and pull. So when it gets here to this one, it should stay and do them all. Like that. Because the vast majority of them are never going to be doing anything. But there were occasions where it would stop and leave like 5 or 6 to be harvested, and I couldn't figure out why. So I had to remove that little bit of code. So, I don't know, maybe there was just a glitch in my game or something, because it seems to be working okay now. So maybe I shall leave that in. Now, for most other plants, it's not an issue, but with switchgrass having so many to harvest, it just didn't make sense for it to put a 20-second delay in, or 25-second delay in between each harvest action. Because until it's fully harvested, it doesn't actually enter its growth cycle again, as far as I can tell. Not an expert on this. And yeah, I think there may be a way of reading this mood thing icon for the harveys. So if any of them get to a point where they are unhappy, then maybe, all right, this one has a blank expression, so I did actually read what they were. Let's have a look. No S. Harvey. Yeah, unhappy and dead, I guess. So I'm not certain what it equates to, but if it detects that they are unhappy or something, I should be able to set an alert so that I can come in here a little faster. Yeah, and I leave poop laying around all over the place because you never know when you're going to need it. Still hasn't run out on the perennials, so yeah. As long as you're growing tomatoes and pumpkins or switchgrass, you don't need to worry about adding more fertilizer. Speaking of which, let's go and check out the fart chamber. Just see how toxic they are. What have I got in here? 518 left to process. Yeah, I could probably do with adding another one of these. But to be honest, I've got so much hydrogen at the moment. Yeah, 11.2 megapascals. That's not to be sneezed at. Oh, I wonder if we're okay temperature-wise now. That's 39, that's 38. Yeah, I think so. We'll add a bunch more. Yeah. Let's see, and I did add an oxygen tank up here. So, yeah, it's going down fairly quickly. This is it's actually connected through the back there. You can see that's a T-section. Comes out the wall and into this oxygen extractor. I've only run it once, and that was manually. I do want to get some automation on it. Likewise with the nitrogen and the CO2. To be honest, I don't know if either of those will ever be used, but they're there just for completeness, and plus an excuse for pipe shenanigans. I put a one-way valve so that should this greenhouse get to a point where it's generating a load of oxygen, it can, as long as the pressure in these pipes is greater than these pipes, then gas will flow this way. But it won't take anything from the very large supply or very large quantity I have in the white tank there. So that was really from crushing a lot of oxide and taking the nitrogen out of it. So I think we may be ready to throw the switch. So what do we got? A few thousand kilowatts? Why not? Let us do so. Turn that off. And I'm going to need some pipe. I thought I had some pipe laying around here. I was sure I did. Uh-oh, don't even have any there. Any in here? All right, let's just print up a couple. I think I only actually need one. Oh, you know what? I don't even need to do that. I can just remove that, do that. So now the gas fuel generator is being powered by the stuff that we are harvesting. So over time we will need to see whether the tank is actually able to keep up with the demands of the gas fuel generator. And I should probably put some effort into reworking the Stirlings, because that is something that really does need to get done. And yeah, of all the things that I need to be worrying about, I think power is still up there. But that's the challenge of Mimas. Yeah, it's worth it for the beautiful views, when the sun's out anyway. But yeah, anyway, so that's where we are with the base. Fair bit more I need to do. There's little in the way of automation apart from the Harveys in here. I do need to get climate control. That's temperature, pressures and concentrations of the various gases. Should also monitor the water usage, although to be honest I have so much it's going to be quite a while before that becomes a problem. And I do need to get the water creation done using the combustor, which is something I have virtually no experience of. The few times I've tried using it, it was, I wouldn't say a catastrophic failure, but the results, let's say, were somewhat less than optimal. And we'll just leave it at that on advice of my lawyer. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching. 54 Bear out.